Welcome back again to Vegas Live with Ninon. And if you don't recognize this guy, you should recognize him because he's a reoccurring guest. And I don't know if this is your fourth or fifth time, but you always manage to get in to my show, and I love it.
Yes.
I love reoccurring guests. And you look very well. Now, every time I see this guy, he looks younger.
Yeah.
Well, what are you doing?
You say I look the same. How
Well,
else
you
am I
do.
supposed to look?
Older. I mean, come on. I've been doing the show for 7 years. You're supposed to look older. When you don't, you look younger.
Well, this is the first time we've done live in a couple of years now. Since
Is it 2 years?
Since COVID, yeah.
Really? Oh, that's right. I see. My show kept on. I didn't stop for COVID.
Right.
I only stopped for 6 weeks for COVID. I refused to let them shut me down, and I did not get shut down.
Right, but you didn't do live. You went
I did live.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, of course I did live.
okay.
Yeah, I did.
I
I
didn't-
definitely did. No, you're talking about my other show.
Right.
I started another. Yeah, he's talking about my other show, which is called Ninon Speaks. I started that show because I didn't know where this show was going,
Right.
but I was still doing the show. I was still doing the show live, and I had masks on, the masks not off. I was allowed to have them on, and I was told to put them off, and then I back on. I don't know what it was, but I did not stop.
Right.
I refused to stop. How are you?
Good, good, very good.
Everything's good with you.
Everything's good.
So we've had our little agreements and disagreements on what he does, and what you do is the first 5 years of your life is how you're going to be kind of the rest of your life. So let's
Right.
start with that.
So, by the way, my name's Tim Zimmerman.
Oh yeah, Tim Zimmerman. Did I forget to tell you? Tim Zimmerman. I'm so sorry, Tim. It's okay.
And I'm a success coach and trainer. I'm really more of a trainer and a coach in regards to it. The difference is I actually train people
Yes.
on mindset development, on all areas of success. SM3success.com is sales,
How's that SM3 going?
marketing, management, and mindset development and control.
And he's been trying to do that with me for a long time. I don't think it's worked because we just are with who we are. How's your M3 going?
SM3 success
SM3,
is
yes.
going very well.
Because I remember you were bringing that out last time, and you were very heavy into that.
Right, right.
And-
And what you talked about as far as the 5-year-old, our programming of our unconscious, subconscious starts in the womb. And one of the realizations that I've had lately is that the reason why we develop like you see
In the womb?
Well, we develop in the womb, and
we're
then
born.
the unconscious mind is started to create in the womb because the brain is 25% of its total by the time we're born. And then by
I
5
didn't
years,
know that. Your brain is only 25% when you're born.
right,
interesting.
25% of what it's going to be.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then,
Hopefully,
but
what it's going
at
to be.
age 5, it's at 80%.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And age 6, it's at 90%. So when you look at the glacier model,
Yes.
the iceberg
Growth,
model,
Yeah.
where they say that your conscious mind is 10%, the top 10%, and then your unconscious, subconscious is
90%.
90%. That unconscious part that's developed by age 2, which is
Okay.
about 75%, is really your unconscious by age 2, and
so
then you start
confused.
dealing in the world.
I don't know if I'm conscious or not.
Right, but age 5, it's at 90%. So that's why that time period programs you in everything. Because after that, from 5 to 18, your brain is fully grown.
And a lot
That's-
happens in between all that.
Right.
Because he's being very serious, and of course I'm not a serious person, as you
But
can
that's
tell.
why
But I think this
18-year-olds
is all
think
fine.
they know everything, right? Because their brain is 100%.
Well, let's not get into the younger generation, because I have my back, and it will always be for the younger generation. And I think that we need to encourage them, we need to build them up more, and we need to respect them more, because we're always saying, oh, they're stupid, or they're this, or they're that, and they are not.
Right, and
So-
that actually programs them. So,
Yes. So I want everybody, all my younger generation out there, I'm 100% behind them. And I think we ought to help them and encourage them, not put them down.
Right.
And I think that's our problem right now with the younger generation. They're stupid. They can't do this. They don't know that. They know more now than they've ever known. That's because of the computers.
Right.
So anyway, so so how are you? My little
I'm-
speech there.
I'm good. So the thing about what I do
Yes. What is
is that because we were programmed by 18, right? And
Yes.
that programming continues,
Yes.
and
Hopefully.
patterns and the negative stuff that happens to us continues.
Uh-huh.
The stuff that I do, my claim to fame, so to speak, is that we can now go into that unconscious, subconscious and remove the negative programming, remove the negative
I love
traumas,
that idea.
remove
Yes.
the negative dramas, traps,
And
triggers,
this is
all
what
of that.
you kind of dive into, is to remove all this negative stuff, because it's going to do absolutely nothing for you.
Right. Well,
And
the
we
negative
breed on
stuff
it.
continues to create the thoughts of negativity, which then that's how you
Or you
create in your
become
life.
negative.
Right.
I was with a girlfriend of mine, and she had a girlfriend with her, and they're having all these negative things were going on. I gave one look at them and said, "Excuse me," I said, "but I got to go." And they said, "Ninon, why are you leaving?" I said, "Because I don't want any of this negative stuff. I will not. I don't like to stay around negative stuff,
Right.
because it's depressing."
Right.
And it
See,
doesn't
that's
get
my
you anywhere.
specialty, though.
So
I
how do you-
have to be around
So
it.
how do you tap into somebody that comes into your office, or you go wherever, however this works? How do you sort of start to attack it? Because you're going to try to get into this brain and this head and this person.
A few ways. One is that if they're having challenges in their life, they know they're
Which
having
we all
challenges, right? But then we look at there's specific things that we do to find out what the root cause is. And my protocol, what I call the Mastermind Cleanse protocol, actually goes into the unconscious, subconscious, and removes those. Like
Now,
weeds.
some are
We pull
more,
them out
some are
like
more
weeds.
difficult than others, obviously, and some probably don't want to tell you the complete truth as of to why they're there or what they're there.
Actually, what's interesting is that they don't have to tell me anything about it. As long as they
You
can.
read your mind.
No, it's really them. As long as they can go into whatever happens,
Uh-huh.
then we can remove it. I don't have to know about
So
it.
you don't have to know. All you have to know is what is bothering them, and what is the actual
Right.
thing.
They either need to know or be able to go into the event, the negative events.
So they need to go back into it, or address it, and they're not addressing it.
Correct, because they don't know how to.
So
But this program does. I have a do-it-yourself version. I have the
well,
Mastermind
that's
Cleanse.
fascinating. Do it yourself is yourself. So what's do it yourself? Is that something you read and you?
No, they follow a video that I did.
They follow a video that
Right.
you have.
And
How did you learn how to do this video to get this person from A to B?
it was actually, the protocol actually came through Spirit, through me, back in September 21st of 2012.
Really, that's.
And I used it on myself for 3 full days. At the end of the 3rd day, I was totally out of pain from 2 car accidents and 8 surgeries in 8 years that started in 1998.
Sounds like mind over matter.
Well, it was an amazing thing, and because I was out of pain, then I could get off all of the prescription drugs.
All the medication,
Right.
and you could start living a normal life.
Right.
And after being concentrated on what you wanted to do, what you came up with, what you wanted to do, after 3 days, you actually cured yourself.
Right.
So you were experimenting on something, on a thought, with this brain, hopefully, that we're born with when we're born, and then we're 5, 6 years old, using it and getting to where you need to be. So mind over matter, you got rid of it and had no pain. So we create, though we don't have pain, we create it.
Correct. One of the breakthroughs for me was listening to a doctor by the name of Dr. John Sorno, 50-year veteran in medicine. He wrote the book TMS, The Divided Mind. Okay, and he helped Howard Stern get over his back pain and everything like that. In the book,
I didn't know he had back pain, but
he doesn't anymore. In the book, the TMS theory that he came up with is that your mind it's easy for your mind to create pain.
I think it's easy for your mind to create anything.
Correct, but to create pain, specifically pain,
So
all that it has to do is collapse capillaries that causes inflammation, which causes pain. So the question is, why would the mind do that? In the theory he goes through, that the mind creates pain to divert itself, the mind, from an emotional pain that it knows you can't handle because you didn't handle it in the past, typically in childhood. Okay?
So that goes back to this childhood thing.
Goes
So
back to the
are you
childhood. So if we
totally-
can go into the root cause, which I call pulling the weed, if we can go into that root cause and pull it, basically we remove it.
Remove it. It's gone. It's dead.
Remove it, put it in a bag, incinerate the bag, it goes poof. In the mind, it's no longer there. I've had clients
Is it
look at
relaxing
me.
your body, though? Is it also to do with relaxing yourself? And, you know, a lot of people are very uptight.
No, it's actually, it's a specific technique to go in to where that memory is held in the
Can
body.
you give me a little bit of that technique? Can you? So
I
what-
can-
Do we end the interview right now?
Well, I can't
Do we
give it to
continue?
you now, but I can actually share the technique with you.
Share a little bit of technique.
Because I have
Of how
I
you
have
got
it
from
on-
3
on
days. You
video.
said 3 days. So in 3
Right.
days. So you were bad hair and you were good hair. What did you do?
well, I was in pain there, and I was totally out of pain.
There. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So what I did was I used the technique, which is the secret sauce, the protocol, on myself, and went back
That's not HP sauce either.
and went back through my life and removed every negative thing that ever happened to me.
And did you realize that you had, or you thought you had, all these negative things?
No, I knew I had.
You knew you had.
Yeah, I mean,
So you are actually, Tim is actually admitting to himself why these things are wrong.
well, I already
to
knew
thine
what
own
was
self
wrong.
be true.
Right. Well, I already knew what was
Something was wrong.
right. Well, my father was an alcoholic. I came from a family of 9. I had 3 older brothers, 2 older sisters. Got beat up all the time. Got bullied all the time. The stuff that
You ended up pretty
that-
cool there, didn't you?
that's 2 minutes. We got 2 hours left.
My
I can
producer
keep
tells
going.
me I have 2 minutes,
Okay.
so you better hurry up. You got something to say, you better quickly. Come on. I
Exactly,
promise I won't
exactly.
interrupt. That'll be good.
So the big thing about it is that this protocol works.
Mm-hmm.
So for the audience, if you have things that you know are bothering you from the
Yes.
past,
Yes.
dramas, traumas. I've worked with both guys and gals that were raped in their childhood and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Some horrific stuff. You feel you have demons, you're cursed, all of that type of thing.
And everybody knows they can see what happened to you.
In some cases, people know something's wrong, but they don't know what.
What, yeah.
So we can figure that out and basically remove it, and then plant the polar opposite positive.
Is that because actually when you think about what has happened in your past, there's actually nothing you can do about it. It happened. Now get it out of your system because
Actually,
it
it used to be, the old paradigm was there was nothing we could do. That
No,
those
well-
were the cards that were dealt us.
Yeah, but there is something.
Now we can go back and remove that negative and put what we want in it
In there.
from our adult perspective.
Isn't that wonderful? So a lot of you out there, you've got, now where's your book and how can anybody reach you?
Okay.
Tim Zimmerman.
Tim Zimmerman, SM3success.com. You can call my office cell is 702-748-3586, and I will be having some Christmas specials, so just call me. I actually answer the phone,
Really?
And
a lot
talk
of
to
people
people,
don't in this town,
or-
but that's okay.
or if you text me first and say, Tim, I saw you, I want to talk to you, then I'll call you back, basically.
Absolutely.
So
And I know Tim very well, and he will call you back. He's very honorable. He's very, very well known in Vegas and in Las Vegas. And I admire what he does because I always give him not a hard time, but I just want to know. So I like to know these questions because I'm sure I have some things in me, which I actually don't because I don't live that type of. I never have lived that
well,
type of life.
you're very positive.
Yeah, yes, extremely. So I can't do anything about how it happened. I guess.
You want a story? We have enough time for a story.
Is it a short story?
Short
My
story.
producer said, yeah.
I'll-
Take it short.
All right, one of my clients.
Yes.
He's well known in the real estate business.
Okay. Can we mention his name?
Yeah, his name is Richard Lee.
Richard Lee. Richard Lee. I
Yeah,
just
you
read
know
about
Richard.
something.
You know
Yes,
Richard.
I know Richard.
He was called by the Las Vegas Journal one of the most respected men in real estate.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah.
So he's a friend of mine. So I say to him, Richard, is there something from the past that bothers you? He goes, yeah. And I go, okay, well, you can tell me what it is. I have heard everything.
I'm sure.
Doesn't matter to me. You can tell me what it is or not. What do you want to do? He goes, I don't want to tell you what it is. Okay. So I do
I'll
the
find out anyway.
I'll do well, this is interesting. We do the protocol.
Yeah.
20 minutes later, I look at him and go, Richard, go back to the thing that bothered you and see if it bothers you anymore. And he goes, what do you mean? I said, well, go back to the thing that bothered you, that you said that bothered you every day for 25 years.
He didn't want to tell you.
Right, and it bothered him every day for 25 years. Go back to it and see if it still bothers you. And he goes, what do you mean? I'm like, and he's a friend of mine. I'm like, Richard, go back to the shit that bothered you. It's okay if it still bothers you. I just need to know where we are in the process.
What do I need to do now?
Right. And he goes, looks straight in the eye. What are you talking about?
So he lost it already.
It was totally gone. And I just had lunch with him a while ago. 7 years later,
It's all gone.
still gone.
So it's kind of addressing your human body within and without and wherever your body is. Being true to yourself, I guess, and understanding who you are and what you are. Don't be afraid of you, because you is all you've got.
And call me and we'll take those negative roots out, the weeds out.
The number again?
702-748-3586.
Absolutely amazing. Thank you, Tim, for coming back
thanks.
on, giving us all this information and helping us in the. And we probably need it more now than ever, because we've all been through this COVID-19, and it seems like we've still got the rest of the winter to go through, and who knows what's going to happen. I hear it's coming up in several places, but I think it's coming up on your mind over matter, so you don't have COVID-19. Everything's wonderful. Thank you for watching Vegas Live with Ninon, and also thank you for social media shows. Maria Pureza, amazing. Thank you very much. I'll be back with my next guest. Yes, I do have one more guest, Maria. One more guest. We're doing it. Thank you, Tim.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Bye.